Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so in this video here we're going to be discussing TEAC 85I, which basically, the state of Texas expects y'all to be able to write an equation in the form of y equals mx plus b to model a linear relationship between two quantities using verbal, numerical, tabular, and graphical representations. Alright, so let's go and work on this. On your star charts, ladies and gentlemen, when I say your reference materials, you all will have access to these different formulas there. Alright, so keep in mind that slope can have different meanings. In the real world, it's not people aren't going to tell you what's a slope. More than likely, they're going to ask you for what's the rate, what's the constant, or the rate of change. If y'all want to see it that way, rate of change. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so here, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tabular representation. That's what you call tabular. Alright, so in order for us to write an equation from that information, we need to use this formula right there, ladies and gentlemen, which is slope is determined by the change in y divided by the change in x, or y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. We can start off by labeling these here. Here are my x's, here are my y's. So here's x1, x2, y1, y2. Alright, so once we have that label, ladies and gentlemen, all we need to do is just substitute those values into the formula that we have down here. Instead of y2, let's go and substitute 16 minus y1, which is 12, divided by 4 minus 2. And you'll end up getting 4 halves, which simplifies to 2. Or if y'all want to see it, 2 over 1. Because remember, slope can also be determined as, or seen as, rise over run. Alright, so we know our slope is 2. We're not done yet though. Now, we can solve for our y-intercept by substituting two values. So, in the equation y equals mx plus b, all we did was just solve for our slope. So let's substitute that value in there. So y equals 2x plus my y-intercept. Now, y'all can use any ordered pair from this table, any of these here. My suggestion is to maybe use the ones that don't have any decimals. I mean, it makes it a little easier and less room for error. Or in this case, we could use the smallest values, less room for error as well. That first one, it's 2 and 12, or I may say x and y. So instead of y, let's substitute 12 is equal to 2 instead of x. Let's substitute 2 plus my y-intercept. So we're left with 12 is equal to 4 plus my y-intercept. Subtract 4 from both sides. So ladies and gentlemen, we just solved for my y-intercept, which is 8. So we know that our slope is 2. We know that our y-intercept is 8. So our equation, ladies and gentlemen, will be y is equal to 2x plus 8. But please double check, ladies and gentlemen. What I mean by double checking, if that's what y'all are saying is your answer, let's use another order pair. Let's use 8 and 24. When x equals 8, y should equal 24. So there's my order pair. So x and y is equal to 2 times 8 plus 8. 16 plus 8 equals 24. Bingo. Which is what we have right there. So yes, we are correct.